Hello friends, welcome to my channel English Made Easy. So today I am going to teach you tense in a very easy and simple way. So you never have to fear tense anymore. But first and foremost, why should you learn tense? Is it for getting good marks in grammar? No. It is for proper communicating in English and proper interacting in English and proper writing in English. Okay? So first and foremost, what is tense? Tense is something which sets the time of a verb. The time of a verb. The time of a work done. Because we know verb is what? The doing words are called verb. So whether we are doing the work now, yesterday, or we will do it tomorrow, the time of a work done, it is done by tense. For an example, sleep, eat, drink, these are examples of verb. Whether we are sleeping now, or we slept yesterday, or am I going to sleep tomorrow? The time of a work done, the time of a verb. And we know the words which describe work are called verb. So, how is tense and verb interrelated? Tense sets the time of a verb, whether it is done in the present, past or future. Now, there are three forms of verb: present, past and participle. Present. You refer to any good book or like Wren & Martin, and there you will find the three forms of verb. Like eat, ate, eaten, drink, drank, drunk. First, just go through the three forms of verb. There are few forms which never change their forms, like cut, cut, cut. So you have to first go through the three forms of verb. And how? Now you have to know how tense changes the three forms of verb accordingly. We begin with simple present tense or present indefinite or present indefinite. What is the form? The form is the present form of verb, that is eat or drink. As we know that there are three forms of verb, as I said, we have to take the present form of the verb in simple present. And the time. What is the time? Anything which happens regularly. So as I have told, simple present or present indefinite. The form is present form of the verb. What is the present form of the verb? Let me again repeat. Eat, drink, sleep, talk. Among the three forms of the verb, you have to know the present form of the verb. But what will you do with knowing if you don't know the implication? You have to know how to apply tense in your regular English sentences. So for that, you have to know what is the time of using simple present. For an example, any work you are doing regularly. Every day, a work which you are doing. For example, I go to school every day. I go to school every day. So you can understand the form here, the form of the verb here. The form of the verb is the present form of the verb. The present form of the verb. Okay. She does her work. See, with I we use go. But with he, she or any name, we are using s or es with the verb. For that reason, you have to know, you have to relate to other chapter. Another chapter called person. Like first person I, we, second person you, they, third person he, she, or any name like Ram, Rahim. Anything, we have to add s or es with the present form of the verb. Okay. So she her work, he goes to office, like this. With he, she, with S-E-S with the present form of the verb. Or I eat rice. So any work which happens regularly, habitual work, falls under simple present tense. Like I do YouTube videos daily. I watch television every day. So this is how you are using simple present tense. Another application is any universal truth. If there is any universal truth, like a truth. What is an universal truth? A truth which will never change. Like the earth moves round the sun. Earlier I have told you with any name or he, she, we use S or es with the present form of the verb. That's why we are using, with the earth, we are using es. The real verb is move, but we are using s because it is a name. The earth moves round the sun. The sun sets in the evening. The sun sets in the evening. So again let me repeat. The present form of the verb, we can also use it with any universal truth. A truth that will never change. The third application or implication of simple present tense. Any word which has a futuristic implication. Future. Any word that we will do it in the future. For an example, I will go to Mumbai next month. Will go. That falls under future tense. But how am I going to use it in simple present tense? I am going to use it by only using the present form of the verb. Like, I move to Mumbai next month. I go to Kolkata next month. See, a word, it has a futuristic implication, but we are not using will. This also falls under simple present tense where we use the present form of the verb. She goes to Delhi next week. She goes. Again, es as we are using the third person. I hope you are understanding the simple present. Now, I am going to teach you present continuous. So, from the name you can understand there is present and even continuous. What does continuous mean? Continuous means that a work which we are continuously doing. A work which is happening continuously or constantly. Now, what is the form of using the verb? Am plus or is or are plus present form of the verb plus ing. We have to add ing with the present form of the verb. What is the time of this present continuous? Means, when are we using this present continuous tense? We are using this present continuous tense to portray any work that is happening right now. That we are doing right now at the present time. For an example, I am teaching now. I am teaching now. See, we are taking am plus teach is the present form plus ing. I am teaching now. You are listening. You are listening now. They are playing outside. So, he is going to office. There are ample examples. So, what is this present continuous? What is the time that it tells us about? A work that is happening right now, at the present moment. I hope you are understanding. Now, let me move to the third form of present tense. That is present perfect tense. What is it? See, the form that we use here is has or have plus third form of the verb. Has or have plus third form of the verb. What is the third form of the verb? Participle. Again, let me repeat. There are three forms of verb. Present, past and participle. Like eat, ate, eaten. So we have to take the participle form of the verb in present perfect tense. most important part is the time. What is the time where we use the present perfect tense? Any work which has been completed. Not in the past. See, a work that has been completed, not yesterday. Not now. We are not doing it right now. But the work has been completed. 5 minutes back or in the morning. For an example, I have already brushed my teeth. I have taken my breakfast. I have had my lunch. These are the works that I have already done. I have taught present continuous tense. See, 5 minutes back I have taught you present continuous tense. These are the works that I have done. Not previously, not yesterday. Not doing it right now. But I have completed the work. So, what is this present perfect? Any work which has been completed, again let me repeat, not in the past, not doing it right now, not in the present continuous, but in the transition time, in between past and present continuous. If I draw a timeline, present perfect falls in the middle of past and present continuous. It falls in the middle of simple past and present continuous. See, few examples of present perfect tense, as I have said, has or have plus participle form of the verb. I have done my work. I just have completed the homework. They have come here in the morning. So let me again repeat the time. It happens in between, not in the past, not present continuous. Not present continuous, but in between, perfect. So be very clear about using it. The work has been completed. We are not doing it right now, but it has been completed 5 minutes back. That also falls under present perfect tense. You refer to any grammar book like Wren and Martin and try to solve the exercises. And if there are any problems, do give me in the comment section and I will solve them for you. Okay? So now let me move on to another segment of present tense. That is present perfect continuous. With the name we are getting present, with the name we are getting perfect, we are also getting continuous. Listen to it very, very carefully. First and foremost the form, has or have. Then we are using been plus present form of the verb plus ing. Has or have plus been plus verb plus ing. What is the time of using this present perfect continuous? Any work which has begun in the earlier times, in the perfect time. See here present perfect is written. So what is the perfect time? Any work which has begun earlier. It can be 5 years back. But the work has to still continue as it is continuous. And it is still continuing. What is the timeline then? It has begun earlier. Either it can be yesterday or the work can happen 5 years back, or it is yesterday or 3 days back. But whatever it is, it has to still continue to the present time. It has to still continue till now. For an example, I have been staying there since 5 years. I am still staying now. That's why I can tell I have been staying there since 5 years. The baby has been crying since the morning. The baby has been crying since the morning. Baby has already started crying in the morning and still it is continuing. I have been studying for 4 hours. I have been studying. A work that I have begun. Earlier, may it be yesterday, 5 years back or days before. I am still continuing it right now. Falls under present perfect continuous.